Hello there. Kyle Katarn here, and it is Wednesday, my droids. Let's read some Star Wars comics. Welcome back. Welcome back to Comics with Katarn. For those of you joining me for the very first time, this is a read-along reaction to the brand new Star Wars comics of the week. We took a few weeks off there to celebrate the new year and the holiday season, but now we're back, and we have 3 issues of Last Stand. This is the final 4-issue arc, I believe, of the Battle of Jakku, our epic crossover event, which has been going pretty well so far. I've really been enjoying it, actually. Yeah, issue number 9 of 12. So if this is 1 of 4 for Last Stand, then yeah, issue 4 of this will be the 12th and final. This is it, guys. We're in the 3rd act. This is the Battle of Jakku. We're actually here on Jakku now. I'm very excited to get into this. So without further ado, let's dive in, shall we? Star Wars, the Battle of Jakku, Last Stand. We got gonks in the chat, and you love to see it. What's up, guys? Keep the gonks coming. The Battle of Jakku has become one of those things that, like, it's one of these, like, historical linchpin events in the timeline that, like, all the roads seem to lead back to Jakku. And yet we really haven't seen the battle itself that much, right? It's been depicted in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign. We've seen it a little bit here and there. Aftermath novels by Chuck Wendig does cover it pretty extensively, but in terms of visual medium, not a whole lot. So I'm very interested to see what kind of cross references. Are we going to see Starhawks in this fight? Like, what's going to happen here? Also, Adelhard's so not dead. He's going to come back with a vengeance. Remember at the end of Republic Under Siege? He crashed. He got himself pretty damn wrecked, but he came out of that wreckage like the fire, and he's just angry and more unhinged than he's ever been before. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Chandrila. You know, before I keep reading anymore, how's the background music? Is it too loud? Can you hear me clearly over it? Let me know if I need to make any changes before I start reading this thing, because we got 3 issues to get through here. I don't want to. Also, I'm streaming on StreamYard today. Usually I use OBS Studio for Comics with Katarn. So the mic is actually going through several more way stations before it gets to the speaker. So if my voice is a little more compressed than normal, I do apologize. This is kind of a test run of streaming to 2 platforms at once via StreamYard. So bear with me if there's any snafus. Let's do this. Chandrila. It's a normal morning, as normal as one can get during these tumultuous times. For New Republic field agent Timra Ariz and Princess Leia Organa, the possibilities, good and bad, are endless. Oh, look at Leia. She's all pregos. It's Ben Solo in there. Not every day you get pulled out of the cold with no warning. I was in deep cover on Decentra. At least it's warmer here. It couldn't be helped. We lost a good agent. Barons. A good man. We're lucky to have you here with us, though. Barons was a legend. I hope I can honor his memory. I know you were close. We all share in your loss, Agent Aries. Wait, what? Those people. They don't belong here. Stop them! Why don't they? Being kind of a Karen there, Leia? This is a public park. Just because they're wearing black robes can't. I'm just kidding. I'm sure she has a legitimate reason to suspect these people right now. I mean, they are out of dress code, I suppose. Princess, get back! I'm not sure what they're doing. Okay. I know what they're doing. Get down! In these like big dramatic panels like this, they always the artists want you to focus on the foreground, like Leia here, or Leia and like her pregnant belly, like right in the focus. Like, you know, this is where the danger is. Protect the kid. But I always really like to like look for the background details too. Like, look at this guy over here in the corner. Let me see if I can. Okay, cool. I can zoom in a little bit. Throwing his hands fully up in the air. He's like, whoa! Poor mom. The kid seems underwhelmed by the explosion. He's kind of like, huh? Like, what? I guess I'm getting picked up now. Very universal. The kid's just out of it. This guy's a goner. This guy's absolutely a goner. Man, not Chandrila. This is like the third violent attack here in as many issues, like the assassination attempt. This place is kind of rough. Yeah, I know, right? Get down, belly first, onto the ground, pregnant lady. That'll save you from the shockwave. No, that's you're not wrong. Don't move. No, look around you. We have to help. Hold on. I see something. Go. Don't worry about me. Follow me, princess. Stay close. Foom. Is that a secondary explosion, or are we just the fires erupting now from Rebel? Look, there. The acolytes of the beyond, fanatics of the dark side. Their appearance so soon after the chaos wrought by Sloane's visit. Princess, we need to call for backup now. Oh, okay. Do not fuck with Leia when she's pregnant, man. She will just fire and ask questions later. Look at this. No time for backup, Agent Ares. Only action. Impressive, Princess. That should stop them. What's happening? No! Not Ares. We just met her, but she seemed chill, and now she's dead. The message has been delivered. The shadows of the dark side will soon envelop this place. Timra, no. Oh, no. Timra, I'm so sorry. I don't understand. How did this happen to us? How did we fall so far? Star Wars, the Battle of Jakku, Last Stand. In the wake of the Battle of Endor, a new threat intent on keeping the Imperial cause alive rose to power. Governor Adelhard of the Anoat sector. In serving the recently formed New Republic government, General Leia Organa had to contend with Adelhard and the Empire's surviving leaders. Leia and Luke Skywalker assembled an elite team but were overcome by Adelhard's many abilities, including Raina Oskure and the Acolytes of the Beyond, as well as the Spice Runners of Kijimi. However, Adelhard's allegiances were fraught as Raina and his traitorous peers were planning to assassinate him. Before they could kill him, Adelhard made his escape. Now, amid Adelhard's defeat, the New Republic must make its last stand against the Empire's remaining forces. Wronged and Reborn, Chapter 9 of 12. Written by Alex Segura. False Histories, also written by Alex Segura. Artists Jethro Morales and Leonard Kirk, respectively. Colors by Jim Campbell and Jim Campbell. It's the dream team right there. Let's go. As much as I like the ship, as much as I like the new ship and enjoy this time together, Luke, I have to ask. Gallowus in the Anoat sector. Any idea what we're even looking for here? That blip from the scepter seemed to be a false alarm, but we've been roaming the Anoat sector for almost 2 days now. Adelhard's dead. We should rejoin our friends. No, Rin. It wasn't just a blip. It couldn't be. But I didn't want to call too much attention to us by patrolling in a pair of X-Wings. Valance had this ship to spare, and Lando brought us some time back home. Something is happening. It's our duty to find out what was ejected from that Star Destroyer. Luke's not about to give up. He knows that Adelhard is a slippery devil. Also, yay, Valance name drop. I'm sure that was our only cameo was in that last issue, but it's nice to know that he's buddy with Luke Skywalker, loaning him ships and stuff now. You can't fool me, Luke Skywalker. You're not just following orders. You're right, Rin. I'm not. He's following the Force. I can feel something here. Something dark and festering. And after what happened in this sector, how close Adelhard came to derailing what we were trying to build, part of me needs to be sure he's gone forever. They're on the move. Shall we engage? Here he is. Here's Adelhard, and he looks like Bantha Poodoo. Let's go. Oh, man. The sun has barely set twice since our fall, and they continue to hunt me down, to haunt me, refusing to let me rest and recover. But no matter. The betrayer, Raina Oskure, underestimated the hold I had over my crew, my people. I was able to escape my own ship for this jagged rock. I was given new life, albeit one fraught with pain. But you still built yourself like a crappy little throne and a nice little shelter. Like Adelhard's so ridiculous. I really do enjoy his character. I was given new life, albeit one fraught with pain. But with pain comes clarity, for we must walk through the fires of experience to finally see what the future holds. To see what role I am destined to play in the events unfolding before us all. The troopers are like, do you know what the fuck he's talking about? I was once like Luke Skywalker, a believer in something, in an order, in rules and a path. I was a fervent follower of the Empire and its legacy. So, even as the Empire fell to a ramshackle group of rebels, even as my own allies sniped at me, I persevered, because I knew the Empire had plans for me, and how I believed. I'd heard the words from Darth Vader himself. But I was wrong. I awoke from my dream of conquest to realize I was but a pawn, a means to an end. I was a pawn tangled up in plans that barely accounted for my existence. I was abandoned, but I did not lose hope. I found myself. It is here, Commander Bragg, the first step toward my rebirth. Yes, Governor. Lieutenant Crathmore is on his way. Excellent. Then go forth, my loyal crew. Find Skywalker and his pilot underling. Show them that Ubric Adelhard has not fallen. He has become so much more. You have snapped, my dude. You have fully snapped. He has been reborn! Come on. Yeah, how dare our enemies attempt to hunt us down and stop us? Like, yeah, that's literally how a war works. A war you started, I might add. I've been reborn! It is time now to destroy all those who tried to defy me in the process, no matter the cost. Do you know what, Sector? And here's Raina. Expect your support, Raina Oskure, especially as we move toward Jakku. But you will find I am not as easily swayed as the governor. My priorities are much greater than his fever dreams. With Adelhard gone, we can use Jakku to lure the so-called Republic to us and eliminate them in one swift motion. What more can I do to prove myself? I've captured the Republic's spy, Elatia, who'd had Adelhard entranced for years. And I ordered our beloved governor's death. You can trust he will no longer interfere with your ragtag Imperial plans. My work speaks for itself. I don't have time to worry about an amateur like Adelhard. And neither do you. Jakku is looming. I have plans to make. For the Empire. For the galaxy. Now, be sure you're on the right side of history, Oskure. No one trusts you, Raina, and that's for a very good reason, honestly. Cranor. Be quiet, prisoner. My job is to get you to your cell. Nothing more. The Empire doesn't take kindly to traitors. You're one to talk. At least I serve something. You don't think Oskure will realize what you did? Who do the Spice Runners help? Themselves? You say it like it's a mistake. We look out for our own. Whatever else happens isn't our problem. Blaster's basically in her right now. It's like so close. She's not even scared of him anymore. She knows this is her angle. This is her way in. She has her window of opportunity pretty much from now till when they get to the cell. If she can't talk him into this, like, she's so screwed. I know one of your own, and he'd want you to help. He'd want you to help. Do the right thing.
We're almost at your cell, rebel. Speak now and be quick.
Tommaso. He's your leader, right? I know you respect him. Tell him that Calder Barons is dead. Tell him about what's coming, what's happening on Jakku. He needs to let the Republic know.
And why would I risk my own hide for this man? This Barons?
It's not just about Barons. It's bigger than him. If Oskure mobilizes Adelhard's forces to Jakku, things won't just get worse for the New Republic, or the Spice Runners of Kijimi. They'll get worse for everyone.
Gallowis.
Meanwhile, beating wholesale ass out here. Stormtroopers! Looks like your feeling was accurate, Luke. But how did they get here? Not sure, but it's not a good sign. For them. It means we're on the right track. Wow, so many stormtroopers, too. Whenever I see IE like this, I assume it's a Wilhelm scream. That's kind of the direction I always take that in. Who do you answer to? Who's in charge here?
You'll get nothing from me, rebel scum.
Wrong answer. Dunk. She knocked him out, though. That's not a blaster onomatopoeia. They're disorganized. Frightened. So strange. Pull back! Almost as if they're unsure of the commands they've been given. This is a great panel. I love, like, the full circuit of the lightsaber deflection. That looks so good. Almost as if they're unsure of the commands they've been given.
Ah! We have new orders. The ship has arrived. Move out. Now!
Did he say ship? Follow them. Those bucket heads move fast when they're scared. Don't let them out of our sight. And here it is, the Lambda, here to pick up Adelhard. Oh, they're so close. Are we going to do this? I feel like Adelhard's not going out until issue 12. 12 of 12. There, that ship.
We're clear for boarding, Governor. Thank you, Brog. This ship will serve us well. It's a relief to know some in our ranks still understand who they serve. Crathmore will be rewarded when the time comes.
It's Adelhard. He's alive? That blip we saw, it was his escape. Oh, but how? Oskure said he was dead. Perhaps she thought he was. Someone let him escape, and it looks like Adelhard is going back for what's his. We can't let them take off.
Get aboard, everyone. Now isn't the time. There will be ample opportunity to destroy the Jedi and his lackey once I've crushed the rebellion into a fine powder.
I mean, what are you going to do? I guess, yeah, back to Valence's ship. No, we can't let them leave orbit. Adelhard's strategy, his entire presence feels off, not in control. That's dangerous. If left unchecked, we could be in serious... Seriously, if he's completely, like, unrestrained and out of control, that means that, like, an avenue of mutually assured destruction is absolutely on the table. And I could see Adelhard being like, well, if I can't have it, no one can. I'm going to destroy everyone, including myself. Like, that's kind of... He's fully unhinged. And he feels like he has no allies either because the Imperials have turned on him. The Acolytes have turned on him. Yeah, he's at his most dangerous when he's up against the wall like this. Luke, you're needed. It's urgent. Leia, what is it? We're about to... They've attacked Chandrila. Dozens injured. Casualties. We're on Adelhard's tail. He's alive, and he's gathering his forces again. We can't... It was him, Luke. Don't you see? It was Adelhard. He sent a faction of the Acolytes of the Beyond to destroy our home, where we sleep. Even now, without his ship, he struck at us, wreaking havoc. We have to regroup before we can take him out. He wants to destroy us. Destroy us all. It's not about power anymore, Luke. It's about revenge. See, that's what I'm saying. He's come unglued and he's going to make weird, tactically unsound decisions because he no longer cares about his own well-being. He just cares about inflicting pain and destruction on those who have wronged him. And that is much more dangerous of an opponent to have than someone who's like fighting for control, because they're going to want to leave the sector relatively unscathed so they have something to govern afterwards. He's no longer interested in governing. He just wants to burn down the galaxy. Yeah, the Lady Luck. Love this ship so much. The Anoat sector. Orders are to head back to Chandrila, Preety. The princess did not sound happy. Copy that, General Calrissian. Lando will do, kid. We've been in the trenches long enough to toss formalities by the wayside. Let's just get what's left of our fleet to Chandrila before the politicos lose their minds. We've got a problem, boss. Adelhard just spotted some of Adelhard's coalition coming together. You know how much I hate those words, Yeager. Oh, it's Yeager. It's Jarek Yeager from Resistance. That's right. That's part of his little crack team. He's calling him kid because he's younger here. We got a problem, boss. Adelhard just spotted some of Adelhard's coalition coming together. You know how much I hate those words, Yeager. What's the situation? Never mind, I see them. All of them. Okay, what do we got here? We've got a Gozanti, an Imperial ISD. I'm not familiar with this ship design. It's cool, though. I like it. It's like a mix between like a Victory class and kind of like the Khazar Fire class carrier from Rebels. Never mind, I see them. All of them. Looks like a strange collection of ships. Imperials, Spice Runners, you name it. Hit 'em fast, otherwise we're done for. Adelhard, hold off. We can't. No time, Lando. If Adelhard still got this fleet at his fingertips, we're in deeper trouble than we thought. Damn it, Adelhard. Okay, Yeager, Preety, we've got no choice here. May the Force be with us. We're going in. Oh my God. A luxury yacht and 3 X-Wings against an ISD, a Gozanti, and like some Spice Runner ships. Come on. Lando's going to need a miracle, or this will be the shortest offensive of all time.
Reports are coming in of a battle nearby. Our fleet is engaging in our ships? How is that possible? A collection of ships, Spice Runners, Adelhard's loyalists, and some of your own, fighting together. But don't act surprised, Raina Oskure. Surely a traitor must understand what it feels like to be betrayed, no?
Ubrick, you're alive.
Your words sound almost genuine, my dear.
I'm relieved, but how?
There is no time to explain, Oskure.
Cranor,
Who did this? How does he live? What is the meaning of this? You are not as savvy as you think. The Spice Runners are not so easily manipulated.
look at him, just spittle flying from the mouth. He has come completely unglued.
I see our path now. I see my place. Now the Empire and the Republic will too. Everyone on any side will brace to pay the ultimate price.
Near the planet Takodana, in the mid-rim. Oh, we're near Takodana. I doubt we're going to get a Maz Kanata, but you never know. I hear you, Weasel. Thanks. But it'll have to wait. Ah, yes! Oh, it's Han. I didn't even look at the ship. Of course, it's the Falcon. I'm an idiot. I hear you, Weasel. Thanks. But that'll have to wait. My friends need me. Love it. I love that he's talking to Weasel, too. Warwick Davis up in here. Man, Han, you have been absent from all of this. I guess he was going through some stuff after War of the Bounty Hunters, and then everything that happened in Return of the Jedi. But I'm glad he's finally back into the fold here. They really saved him for last, didn't they? My friends need me, and that comes first. To be continued. Hell yes. Oh, this was good. Last Stand is being set up to be a pretty epic showdown here. I'm really enjoying Adelhard and seeing his I was about to say slow descent into madness, but it really isn't that slow. And he started off pretty mad to begin with, if we're honest. You're totally right. They've totally drawn, like, his face is totally melding a little bit of Ben in there too. I've noticed that in depictions of younger Han Solo, they've done a really good job with the art style of merging Harrison Ford and Alden Ehrenreich's faces together, so he's very much reminiscent of both actors. I like that they've done that here. And they've characterized Ben Solo to have a lot of like family resemblance to Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher and Adam Driver too. Like it's really cool when they do stuff like that to maintain the continuity. To be continued. Yeah, man, depressed Han and Legends. Well, I mean, that would be later in the timeline than this. That's like 30 years later when the Yuuzhan Vong invade, and then Chewie gets killed on Cernpadal, and then Han just turns into like a depressed piece of shit for like several novels. He like doesn't do anything. He just like drinks and hangs out at home. He's awful to his kids. Yeah, the depressed Han in Legends is pretty. It's a tough pill to swallow for sure. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen here? Eventually, he's just like running, hauling a freighter, the Eravana, just doing his own thing, not connected to the Resistance at all. So somehow there's going to be some sort of a falling out between now and The Force Awakens, I think. To be continued. Well, we're going to continue it right now. But first, a side story for you. False Histories. Written by Alex Segura, art by Leonard Kirk, colors by Jim Campbell. Young Adelhard, look at this. We get the flashback. The Empire has plans for you, Adelhard. Time has a way of twisting our memories to fit the narrative we seek, the story we hunger for. But I've never been one for romanticism. I prefer life's harsh realities, even if they uproot my deepest, strongest beliefs. Look at his eyes. His eyes look like when I dangle string in front of my cat and he's just murder mode. You're a fool, Adelhard, to think you were somehow chosen. The survivors of the Empire will not stand behind you. Whatever the future holds, they won't want you. They don't even think of you. But my strength is my durability. I do not believe in defeat, especially at the hands of those lesser than me. Look at that absolutely insane, just vacant smile. Oh, the lights are on, but nobody's home, man. As the Empire collapsed, I saw weakness. I saw the cracks and the chips that would provide space for me. I believed I understood where my former leaders had failed, so I gathered a coalition of allies to help me rebuild the Empire, to create something that could withstand the challenges to come. From those hypnotized by the Force to those who lurked in the dark alleys of the underworld, I reached out my hand. This was a new empire, a better empire. It was my time. It was his time. He was on top of the world, and then they canceled his mobile game, and that was when it all unraveled for Adelhard, I think. Then, how did I end up on a distant Anoat outpost? On death's door, my plans in tatters. I'd been misled. I'd misconstrued Vader's words so badly. The Empire has great plans for you, Adelhard. That I almost paid the ultimate price. You're a fool, Adelhard. A pawn. I was not next in line. The Empire, the world I had dedicated myself to, did not have a place for me. But it didn't have to be that way. The sharp edge of truth sliced away my expectations. Only one thing remained. Revenge. Damn. He stood there, cried about it a little bit, and just came up with a plan for revenge. You know what? Adelhard, it's very interesting because they've found a way to really like flesh him out and give us this backstory and context for his motivations without humanizing him. You know, usually that's kind of a side effect of learning more about someone and rounding them out as a person, is that you find ways to empathize with them. But not Adelhard, man. He's just he's just caustic and toxic, and no wonder the Imperials don't want him. He's insane. He's absolutely insane. I really like this line, though. The sharp edge of truth sliced away my expectations. That's some banger writing.
Only one thing remained. Revenge. Revenge on those who thought so little of me, thought their plans so important that I was but a footnote. I would no longer seek to be their ruler, but the one responsible for their ultimate fate.
I mean, looking at who we've got on the chopping block here, we got Brendel Hux, we got Ray Sloan, we got Gallius Rax, all of these guys. Honestly, the Republic should just leave him to his own devices and let him take out the Remnant himself. Enemy of my enemy kind of thing. He's too unpredictable, though. They can't stop him from also coming after them. That's the problem.
I set in motion my own contingency plans. I set in motion my own contingency. Plans I hadn't even shared with my most trusted allies. It was no longer time to take over the Empire. It was time to destroy it and build up from the ashes that remained.
Look at this.
I activated my loyalists and bartered with my supposed allies. The time of a new order had passed. With a word, my would-be killer ushered me to an escape pod. I was given one last chance. It was time for chaos to reign.
It was time for chaos to Raina Oskure.
Through the force which Oscure's own acolytes of the Beyond, I would strike at the heart of the frail New Republic. I would remind them that, like the remains of the Empire, they were not beyond my reach. No one was.
Is this the same terrorist attack that we already saw at the beginning of the issue, or is this a subsequent attack? He's so bonkers. He has lost it. He lost the plot.
We await your word, Governor. Do it, Brock. Let it all burn. I have done everything for the Empire. Killed on command. Guided ships at the whim of those above me. Ruled an entire sector of space with a clenched fist. But where did that get me? What are the benefits for loyalty for Grand Moff Ubric Adelhard?
I mean, maybe it was too iron of a fist. That's the thing. You need to have allies and a support system, even when you're being like a dictator on top, because they can just supplant you if they work together, especially if you're so brutal that you unite them against you, which is kind of what happened here with the infighting.
It was time to find another way.
Arcaten's cruiser, let's go.
It's one of ours, Captain Malgren. And they're not identifying themselves. We have no time for this. We were slated to be at Jakku.
They're not stopping, General.
What do you mean? Keep hailing them. Tell them who we are.
They're opening fire, sir. We're on a collision course. We can't evade them. Captain, what are your orders?
My orders? A better way.
Let's go. This is great. This is like the Imperial equivalent of what the Hammerhead Corvette did in Rogue One, only now we've got an Arcaten's doing it.
Vader was right. The Empire did have great plans. Not just for me. The Empire's plans are focused on Jakku. From what I've gleaned, they hope to deliver a final last stand against the Republic. But I will stand there too. And when the dust settles, there will be only one party left standing. And it will be my boots stepping over the ash and bones of my enemies, be they members of the Empire or the so-called New Republic. Or we will all be consumed by a fiery inferno of my creation.
What even is the end goal here, man? You're just going to kill everything. He lost it. He's absolutely lost it. He's bonkers. I'm excited for Han Solo to get in here, though. Issue number 2. This is a great fleet shot here, too. Look, we've also got a YT light, an XS light freighter from Star Wars The Old Republic. That's the smuggler class ship. It's a ragtag little group of wannabe fascists here that we've got trying to control the Anoat sector. It's going to slip out from their fingers. It is a cool direction to take Adelhard's character. I like that he's not just the Empire, new Empire. Like, he's grown beyond that, and now he's like, fine, fuck all of you guys. He's trying to flip the table at this point, you know? He knows he's lost, and he's flipping the table. And, you know, good for him. Good for him, man. I get it. All right, let's continue with issue number 2. Star Wars, The Battle of Jakku continues in Last Stand, issue number 2. 10 of 12. Yeah, Adelhard is officially doing the third option dark side ending of Jedi Academy, where you've got to fight the Jedi and the Sith. You're on nobody's side. All it does is make your enemies multiply, you know? Let's go. The Outer Rim. Han Solo has never been a patient man. Driven by impulses, instinct, and a general distrust of others, Solo has managed to survive even the stickiest situations. But not now. Now, Han speeds away from one friend, Chewbacca, struggling to liberate his home planet of Kashyyyk, and toward others in peril. Now, he pilots the Millennium Falcon like a man possessed, like a desperate friend, or a panicked husband, and certainly a terrified father-to-be. You know what? That's actually very true. I feel like the stakes have never been higher for Han Solo. He was always kind of out. He was in it for himself, you know. He didn't have any connections. He had no family to speak of. And now, after all is said and done, he has a wife. He has got a baby on the way. He has like this whole found family in the Republic. And yeah, a whole lot more to be worried about for Han Solo. Because Han Solo knows one thing. His family is in trouble. Let's go. Let's go. We need more examples of Han being a good family man. Both legends and canon. Like, he seems like he just kind of skipped out for a while. And hopefully we get to see him in this role a little bit more. Star Wars, The Battle of Jakku, Last Stand. The Drums of War, written by Alex Segura, art by Jethro Morales, colors by Jim Campbell. The New Republic was left vulnerable after stormtroopers invaded the fledgling government's home planet, Chandrila, and made an attempt on General Leia Organa's life. On the planet Gallois, Luke and his team discovered that Moff Adelhard, still alive and in control of his fleet, was the source of the attack. However, as Adelhard's offensive began, they realized that this time his motivations were not for power, but for terror. Meanwhile, the Empire and its remaining leaders began their final strike against the New Republic above the desert world of Jakku. Began their final strike? Past tense, the final strike's already begun? We're late to the Battle of Jakku. Oh my God, let's go. Gallois. All engine systems are ready, Luke. We can move on your command. Thanks, Rin. Let's prepare for the jump to light speed. We have to get back to Chandrila as quickly as we can. Not to be harsh about it, but are we even going to be in time to help? Leia almost died, Rin. Many weren't so lucky. We can do some good, even now. By now, we know Adelhard doesn't just hit back once. By now, we know Adelhard doesn't just hit once and back away. His entire coalition is ready to strike, like a desperate, cornered animal. My sister is strong, and while she may have survived this assassination attempt, there's one thing I know. There's sure to be another. If Adelhard regains control of his fleet, we need to be in lockstep. We all need to be working together. Say no more, Skywalker. Let's ride. Luke, you've grown up so much, man. You're such a good leader, thinking that just like a few scant years ago, he was like a farm boy whining about the Tashi station. Look at him now. Look where he's come with a resolute, ironclad will, tactical prowess, the leadership to bring everyone together to face the threat. I think like Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru would be so goddamn proud of what Luke Skywalker turns into, even though they tried to save him from the fate of, the lineage of his father. Like, they would be absolutely beaming with pride to see what Luke turns into. Chandrila. Mon, what's the latest casualty count? The numbers keep growing, Leia. It'll be days before the final tally. There's so much rubble, so much to sift through. So many brave souls, gone in an instant. And Timra, imagine that, being brought out of deep cover to just die in my arms. They shouldn't have been able to get so close. We need to increase security. It won't be the only time they'll try to strike at us here. We have to look outside too, Mon. Let's get more agents in the field and eyes on anyone associated with Adelhard, especially the acolytes of the Beyond. He may be roaming without his ship, but that doesn't make him any less deadly. Princess! What is it, Agent Bastion? Agent Bastion? All right, I immediately don't trust her. Adelhard has reclaimed the scepter. Lando's team is facing fire from not only Imperials, but the Spice Runners and Acolyte agents. We need to help them. Wait, did you hear that? We can't. That's not possible. Akbar is positioning our entire fleet to pivot toward Jakku. Princess! Chancellor! Look out! Oh! Duotan Assassin, let's go! And he's got a TL-50 Imperial repeater! One in the Jedi Outcast.
The shadowy tentacles of the Acolytes of the Beyond never leave a job unfinished.
Yeah, you're all shadowy tentacles, my dude. Sure. What? Another Acolyte of the Beyond?
We are the dagger tucked behind our leader's back. We are the poison in your cup. We are everywhere. The governor sends his regards.
That should be more of a beep, 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 but I'll allow it. Enough blood has been shed today. And your leader doesn't know me very well. Yeah, this is like the worst possible time for you to mess with Leia, man. Like, we saw how fast she took down those other acolytes. Pregnant Leia does not play games. She will just kill you. Yeah, look, here she goes. She's going on the offensive. Oh, if he did, and your leader doesn't know me very well, if he did, he'd know I don't fall that easily. Look at this. Look at this. Baby bump and a blaster. This is iconic. Pregnant Leia is iconic. This is so fun. This Duotan's like, he's like, what the hell just happened? Don't hurt me, lady. This got away from me fast.
No matter. All great prizes, great victories, are worth fighting for.
Oh, damn. Back off, or I'll blast you into the unknown regions, monster.
You fanatics are exhausting.
She just punched him in the hand that hard. He's like, ow! And
stay down if you know what's good for you.
I'm enjoying Bearded Han lining up with the Star Wars Battlefront campaign continuity. He also has the beard in Aftermath, too. I had it under control.
I could tell.
Your timing could have been better, too. What else is new? No. Soon. Soon? What the fuck does soon mean? Right now. We're reading it. Like, soon after, I guess. Leia, are you okay? Luke! What happened? I'm sorry. We arrived as quickly as we could.
Your sis is tougher than you think, kid. And it looks like we were both a little late.
Han! Hate to cut into the family reunion, but we need to figure out our next step. Fast. Yes, you're right, Rin.
Rin Zanat?
You're the pilot who helped Luke and Lando take out that Imperial mechanic a while back, huh? Good work. Imperial maniac. Imperial mechanic. They like busted into a car dealership and just like murdered a guy. You took out that Imperial maniac a while ago, huh? Good work. That maniac has just regained control of his Star Destroyer and his fleet, which is currently pummeling Lando and his team. We're hoping Akbar can send out the nearest squadron for support, but they might be too late if they can be spared. At the same time, we're grappling with fanatics like the Acolytes of the Beyond. Their assassins are making Chandrila a regular stop. Luke and I have crossed paths with them. Do you need a hand interrogating the one you captured? Perhaps. His name is Seikos Han. He hasn't given us anything new, and he's barely confirmed what we already know from recent intel. What, that we're dealing with a power-hungry Vader disciple? We knew that much. I wish we had time to joke, General Solo, but Grand Moff Adelhard is anything but. He's managed to evade disaster from all sides, including our forces and from within his own ranks. Our agents in the field tell us that the governor was able to work every angle to get back into power, but that it might have frayed his relationships with the Acolytes and Spice Runners. Still, if our sources are to be believed, Adelhard might have something else he's waiting to play. If it's true, may the Force be with Lando. It might be all that can save him.
The Anoat sector.
I am not so nervous for Lando, but I am very nervous for the Lady Luck. If this ship gets destroyed, I will be very upset. You know, that looked like a VCX 100 for a second there, but I don't think it is. Keep moving, Preety. We gotta lose these guys if we have any shot of getting back to Chandrila. These aren't even Imperial ships, Lando. What are we up against? They look like Spice Runners to me. Whoever they are, they're working with Adelhard's forces, which is bad for us. Any sign of Alern? Her ship? Nothing. She's as good as gone. We have to do our best. Our best is not enough. There's no way out. This is a fantastic panel of that XS Light Freighter. Look at that thing. If you've played Star Wars The Old Republic, you know that it's a very cozy ship. I love that thing.
Rebels, your options are to surrender or face obliteration. Be warned, I am not a patient opponent, no matter how many accolades you've granted yourself, Calrissian.
Vigilch, we have word from Tommaso.
Lando, they're closing in on us. Let me think. There's got to...
What is it, Gentry? He's spoken to Cranor. He said you'd know what to do here.
You must be joking now. Seconds from...
Yes.
Very well. Tell the fleet to pull back.
Lando, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Yes, and I don't believe it, which means we have only one choice here. Run! They're being ordered to pull back. I mean... So Tommaso has spoken to Cranor. Okay, it's because of Elatia. That's why. Elatia came through.
Adelhard's Imperial Star Destroyer.
Be well, Tommaso.
Only time will tell, Cranor. Oh, and here comes Raina. It appears I'm not the only one playing every side. What is the Spice Runner's price tag for this betrayal, Cranor?
What took you so long? I'd have expected someone like you to come at me much faster. Raina Oskure.
Oh, don't act like it's a reveal. That silhouette was so distinctive. I do appreciate her, like, cutlass-style saber. It's like a different kind of fencing saber compared to how Dooku had his curved one. Tell me, Cranor, was this your plan all along? To liberate Adelhard and displace me, only to do the same to him? To what end? Are the Spice Runners suddenly concerned with the fates of empires and republics? Perhaps the knowledge that the Spice Runners are playing their own game might interest.
You'd have to live past this point to know, and I don't plan on allowing that. We're a lot alike, Oskure. Using these alliances until they stop being useful to us. We could help each other, sister.
Oh, that's death. That's death.
That's why you're mistaken, Cranor. And that mistake will cost you your life.
Oh, he kept his eyes on the lightsaber. He didn't look at the other blade. That's how she got him. Oh.
Kith Elatia, stalwart Imperial. I knew it was a ruse. Leave it to a turncoat to use my escape for her own purposes.
Back away, Oskure. I don't want to kill you. That much.
Kill me? I never took you for a presumptuous fool. Maybe I was wrong.
Come on, Cranor. Help me out here.
Why? Why are you helping me?
Oh, he's actually not dead. Okay. It's what we weak-willed rebels do, I guess.
You won't get away.
Give Adelhard my regards when you wake up, you monster. Nice. Okay. And she's stunned. Imperial Star Destroyer. Vigilance. There's news that Adelhard has attacked Chandrila, Councilor Rex. Twice. He almost killed Leia Organa. Yes, Grand Admiral Sloane. It seems our former comrade has co-opted our own methods. With arguably greater success. You know how I feel about our attempt. Yes, I'm quite aware of your misgivings. I won't let it stain your reputation more than it needs to. I'm also getting reports of another desertion, Counselor. Is that so? Who dares betray us now? Moff Goldsmith. A mild surprise. I suspected his weakness. A small loss. His forces, General Stanzel Malgreen is not responding to communications either. A bad sign. They're adding up. The deserters. At the worst possible time. On the eve of Jakku. The moment we need to execute properly. Perfectly. Our strategy is proving flawed. Yes, Adelhard's sudden return to power and his orchestrated attacks could stir some doubt among our rank and file, so we must do everything possible to prevent that. The decks must be cleared before Jakku. Do what you must, but be swift about it. Damn, so we're talking about a purge, a last-minute purge at the 11th hour right before the last military offensive of the Empire. Not the best idea, man. Like, yeah, you need strategy, but you need personnel. And if you have defectors right now, I don't know about clearing the decks. Do what you must, but be swift about it. Swift and painful.
Come back for more.
Agent Bastion's not here. You have to deal with me now. It's over. He's like, I surrender. I don't want to have to deal with pregnant Leia. She's going to kill you in there, man.
If only I'd been quicker. The Force failed me.
The Force? Please. You know nothing of the Force. The Force didn't fail you. You failed. Your master failed. You cling to this idea of how things should be. Of a time that never existed.
You're mistaken, Princess. Underestimating us. Our forces in the Anoat sector will prove to be your undoing.
What is Adelhard doing? What is he plotting out there? He's no match for us. Or for the Empire.
He doesn't need to be a match. He just needs to tip the scales. And Jakku is the perfect place to do just that.
Leia, we've gotten an encrypted message. What is it? A communique from our double agent in Adelhard's camp, Kith Elatia. I've shared it with Akbar. It changes everything. Oh, do tell. What did Elatia say? Padme is growing more... Leia is growing more pregnant by the panel. I keep calling her Pad by my mistake because, we've never seen Leia in this condition. Had to escape the ship. In grave danger. The Grand Moff has lost his mind. Completely. He doesn't care about one side or the other anymore. He destroyed a Star Destroyer with complete abandon.
ramming right through it. The entire crew is dead. He's coming at Jakku with all his forces unleashed, with one goal: the complete annihilation of not only the New Republic, but also what's left of the Empire. He wants to tear it all down. He's going to outflank us with his fleet, the Spice Runners, and the Acolytes. The Adelhard coalition is going to force us to fight a two-front battle, a battle we can't win. It's not a power play anymore, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. To be continued.
Man, this really is shaping up to be a wild conclusion. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this whole thing shakes up. I do have one more issue of Last Stand, issue number 3. It came out this week, but I think I'm going to wait and read it along with the final issue, the 12th issue of this next week. Because otherwise it's just going to be reading the finale in a vacuum, and I want to have some dramatic lead up to it. Like usually when I watch a finale or read a finale, I'll go back an issue and lead up to it that way too. So I think we'll cut this in half at the end of issue number 2 here. I think this is a good place to pause, and then we'll come back with the final 2 issues of the Battle of Jakku next week. I can't wait. Look at this. Like, just show me the system. Like, they've been teasing it. They've been teasing it for 9 issues now. Come on. Yeah, seeing the smuggler ship from Swator. We've seen it a couple times now. It's been part of the Adelhard coalition fleet for a minute. But like, look at that. That's such a good panel. Delicious. Delicious. Yeah, there's been some fantastic artwork in here. Shout out to all of the writers and artists on the new canon Star Wars comics lines. The art has been impeccable pretty consistently for years at this point. I think the last time that I was like pulled out of it by the quality of the art was during the Salvador LaRocca run of the first Star Wars line. And we don't talk about that anymore, and that's fine. We don't need to talk about that anymore. But thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Comics with Katarn, a read-along reaction to the Star Wars comics. I go live every week right here on YouTube and Twitch. So catch me next week, next Wednesday, where we will be finishing The Last Stand, the Battle of Jakku. And then stay tuned for my announcement in the future, because we have a huge catch-up stream to get to for the High Republic. We are way behind on High Republic comics, but we're going to fix that. We're going to amend that soon. So stay tuned. I'll be announcing when that's happening in the near future here. And stay tuned for the Skeleton Crew highlight reel reaction on YouTube. It's currently being edited. It will be posted soon. So you can stay tuned for that too. Awesome. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching. And as always, may the Force be with you.